Today I wanted to start it up, to mix it up by playing Vial Smasher Grixis. It's I don't know if he invented it, but Andrea Mengucci definitely popularized it, and he uploaded some videos yesterday. So it has 18 lands, like all the cantrips. Important to set up some of the miracles that I will show later, like Pyromancer with Therapy, Bolt as a removal spell, and for Vial Smasher the Fierce. Like to get more damage in with Vial Smasher, he plays Logic Knot instead of regular counterspell, so he can delve for like a huge amount and deal that much damage. Thunderous Wrath as a miracle, and Temporal Mastery. And two more delve spells like Gurmak Angler and Murderous Cut. And of course even just the Force of Will deal 5 damage with this card, so that's pretty good. And the sideboard has some stuff against combo and like random blue decks, things with Goyfs or Anglers, I guess, or Eldrazi, like anything with big creatures, and like the usual hate cards. Pyrokinesis is probably the most unusual in a blue deck. Normally it's only played in mono red decks like Goblins or mono red Stompy, but of course like dealing 4 damage divided among like 3 or 4 elves and still dealing 6 damage to their face is seems pretty good. So we're playing against Chicken Dude Pawns again. That's a regular at my time of the day. It's kind of tricky, like you have 2 miracles in hand, but we also have a Force, a Ponder and a removal spell, so I think we will be able to find our second land and maybe a Brainstorm to put this back. So I think I'm going to keep. We can even pitch the Temporal Mastery to Force of Will, because I think I first want to see their hand before playing the Ponder, to have a better idea what I am trying to ponder for. Like if I want more removal spells, more creatures, more counter spells. That looks like Eldrazi with Walking Ballista. Walking Ballista, Tomb, Cavern, Dismember, Mimic, Mishra, and where's the land? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. He does have Wasteland, and I don't want him to Wasteland me. So I may be incentivized to fetch a basic here, but that might be annoying in case, like with Lightning Bolt. I think I'm still gonna fetch the basic here. Like in case I don't find an island in the top 3, and I need to shuffle, and he Wastelands me, I may just lose the game. Yeah, like this, exactly this situation. My connection is being slow, so I may have to move closer to my modem in the middle of the game. Yes, I want to shuffle. Okay, yeah, like I said, the connection here is horrible, so I'm gonna go back to my old chair. Like this chair is better for my back, but playing Magic is better for my mind. So I'm just stupid Magic Online connection. I didn't have this problem for a long time. I may just close the game and open it again. Okay, our game is still open, fortunately. We shuffled and drew another basic island. It would have been better, of course, as a red source, but I'm not going to complain. So I'm going to try to get my concentration back here. Yeah, with this hand I definitely don't want Chalice, so I'm just gonna pitch a Temporal Mastery. He played Ancient Tomb and he drew Chalice off the top. Yeah, I just need to change my position a bit because my screen is it's getting too much sunlight. Yeah, sorry for all the moving around. It's just it's better to start properly, like for the rest of the league, than okay. And step, because I'm gonna lose my concentration a lot if I need to keep switching it up. So I just want to do it properly for now, like from the first time. I still don't have a red source, so I will need to shuffle all of these away. Shuffle my library, yes. Fortunately, I drew a Brainstorm. At least I will do something. Yeah, I guess fetching the basic and drawing another basic was really problematic. Eldrazi Mimic, sure. So, like he didn't even make it uncounterable. Oh yeah, because he couldn't leave the Dismember open in that case. It makes sense. I'm going to Brainstorm first in case I draw a Cabal Therapy. But I don't. So I'm gonna shuffle these two back. I think I put the Thunderous Wrath back as well. So at least I have two red sources in case he wastes my red source, and I have an unwastable black source. That looks like a Smasher. Like 5 mana Eldrazi. Oh, now I really wish I remember if I put the... Actually, it doesn't matter. I think I'm just going to kill the Eldrazi Mimic here. Yeah, the Endless one will be rough to deal with. Yeah, like maybe I should have kept the Thunderous Wrath on top to deal with that one. Walking Ballista will be very rough with our Lightning Bolt. Like, even if he plays it for 2, we bolt it, but he can still deal 2 damage. Oh, Murderous Cuts is very good here. I'm going to wait until his turn to cast it. Like, you never know, he plays a Smasher. That's even more annoying to deal with. I'm gonna leave both Volcanics open, otherwise he could wasteland me still in combat. And then like play something second main that I want to bolt. Well, I mean, I already have enough cards in the graveyard, but So I want to optimize my lightning bolt in his end of turn. That's like one of the creatures you typically don't want to destroy. But I'm afraid like I can't let him attack and take 3 damage here. Another endless one. That's gonna be painful. Endless one for 6. Yeah, this is not great. I think I need to pay life. I need to pay mana here. I can't afford going down even more. And I have enough mana anyway for whatever I draw. I think Vial Smasher isn't gonna be enough here. So I think I want to shuffle. Would you like to have Fiona suffer the library? Yes. Like I could have drawn the Portent and then after I drew it fetch, but then the Portent would only draw another card in his turn and I want to draw something in my turn. Yeah. Here I'm just gonna brainstorm. Yeah, this is 5 damage. That's so bad. I mean, so bad because we want, because it's a 6/6. So I'm probably going to shuffle it away, unless he plays like a smasher or something, but he would have played it before combat. I think I didn't want to force it because I will need a ponder next turn, but then again, like I can't actually use the ponder. So yeah, I'm basically dead because he can attack with 2 creatures next turn, and there is no way I can play 2 blockers or 2 removal spells. Maybe I should have kept 1 more land in hand to be able to throw more things back with brainstorms. Then I could Pyromancer and Therapy for the Ballista. He could have even ballisted me here if he wanted and kill me. Anyway, then I could have been able to create 1 token if I had 1 more land in hand to pitch to brainstorm. So that would have been better, definitely. I do want Strix and I do want Kolgan's Command against the Chalices. I do want Blood Moon and I think I want Pyrokinesis because it kills Thought-Knot Seers, even though it will cost me 2 cards. They have a lot of uncounterable stuff, so I think I don't want the Logic Knots. And maybe shave 1 bolt to begin with. Pardon me, I think I cut the Smasher. Maybe some of the cantrips. Maybe 1 Force of Will, I'm not sure. Like if they have a very aggressive draw, I need to be able to deal with it. Like, Therapy will be bad late game, but like being able, if they have an opening hand with only two real threats, I want to be able to take it away from their hand. Yeah, it's the first time I play this deck, so Yeah, I think I want to cut one Force of Will because I have a lot of uncounterable stuff. And I do want... Maybe I just want one Pyrokinesis here. Like against elves, I would want both. But here, like, we did actually reach a lot of mana before dying. So we may be able to hardcast it. This is a rough one. I think I need to ponder here of a basic. Because we will need the basic anyway. And I don't want to get wasted. Keep. Although it may color screw us again like last game. So Pyrokinesis, like we can hardcast it potentially, and I think I only want to pitch a red card once. Like I don't want to keep throwing away cards multiple times a game. Okay, this seems good. I want to draw the blue to Delta next turn. Shuffle, no. We have enough brainstorms here, so it's not a problem having to throw one under a Force of Will. Like I want to fill my graveyard for Murderous Cut, and I want to draw a Probe before playing Therapy, so I think I'm going to Brainstorm here. Because we already have a fetch land, so it's not going to be too bad. Okay, put that one back, and yeah, I think I want all of these. Maybe Bolt is going to be the least good. And I'm going to Therapy him for Thought-Knot here. Because that's the biggest problem if he has it. And he has it. So our opponent has an Endless one, a Chalice which could be annoying, and a Temple and a Mimic. So he could next turn go Chalice plus Mimic. Yeah, our opponent says good call. So yeah, he goes Chalice and Mimic, so it's good we threw away the Lightning Bolt, but our Brainstorm is pretty weak now. That's next turn he has Endless one for 4. So I want to keep my Murderous Cut for the Endless one. And I want him to not draw a Wasteland, because we really need to make the last land drop. That's gonna be a bitch to deal with. Like, we need to draw 2 more lands before this becomes live, the Blood Moons. And our Brainstorm is shut off. So if I was able to Blood Moon him now, and he could only make a 3/3 Endless one, I would have liked my position better. We're gonna take a lot of damage from this Eldrazi Mimic here. But Endless one is a more permanent threat, so I still need to... Maybe I should have fetched the basic swamp here because of Blood Moon. Yeah, I definitely should have, because he already showed not to have a Wasteland in hand. That was a mistake. Yeah, I guess I have to play it here to prevent like him playing a smasher and killing us. Cost with miracle costs. Come on, black fetch land. No black fetch land. Ouch. This is gonna make it very hard for us to cast spells. Like, we just drew the land we needed for Blood Moon. Now it's gonna be a 5-mana Blood Moon. Come on, black fetch land. Not a black fetch land, but I don't want him to attack with Mishra's Factory. So you're not gonna have black for the rest of the game here. Probably. The main reason, like, I should have fetched black there. I like a swamp. Yeah, and otherwise he would have, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he would have been able to activate Eye of Ugin. Yeah, I think I just want to burn it at his face. Our opponent wanted to cast something which they couldn't with the Blood Moon. Yeah, I really need my basic swamp. Because I think it's our only out to the Chalice. And without the Chalice it will be hard to ponder for the actual red source. Lesson learned. I think I'm just gonna jam the second one, because I can't do anything else. Like against the Ratchet Bomb, like now we give him information for game 3 about having the basic swamp. That's so good. I think I want to wait with casting this though, in case he plays a Eldrazi Mimic or a small creature. So here let's see, I destroy the Chalice and deal 2 damage to him and then burn him out. Discards a card and 2 damage. No, destroy target artifact, Chalice, and 2 damage to him. Okay, that swamp was a timely draw. So yeah, maybe revealing him the second Blood Moon wasn't the best, but yeah, I think it may have been okay. Like in case he would have somehow a colorless removal spell for one of them. Actually no, I should have kept it in hand, like to play around all his dusts. Yeah, I should know that for next game. I think on the draw I want another Force of Will, and I want less Cable Therapy, because I won't be able to start the game with taking something from his hand. It was still very good here against the Thought-Knot Seer. It's an effect I maybe want once in the game. And it may just be shut off by May just get shut off by his chalice anyway. This hand with the land would be okay, but without land I don't want to keep this. This seems very bad. It has an answer to chalice and other stuff. So I'm just gonna try to scry to a cantrip, like that one. Eldrazi Mimic, do I care? I think I don't. See, I think I want all three of these. But how am I going to play this? Next turn I play a fetch land. And the turn after I top deck Thunderous Wrath. Yeah, I think I'm not going to be able to play the Vial Smasher before the Thunderous Wrath. So I draw one now, one next turn, and then Thunderous Wrath as the last one. At least I will have the option. I will have the option of shuffling away the Thunderous Wrath next turn, in case I really want to do something else. Yeah, I definitely want to counter this. But the question is, like Temporal Master, if I find the Brainstorm, this will be better, and the Force of Will will just be dead in my hand. So I think I'm going to keep the Temporal Mastery here, because we know the top two cards, and we are not going to find the second blue card for our Force of Will. If he does not play a creature or an artifact here, yeah, like if he would attack with Mishra's Factory, I could kill both the Factory and the Mimic. Yeah, here I definitely want to Thunderous Wrath the Endless one. So I need to remember to fetch Badlands in response to the Miracles trigger before passing priority. So Badlands. Now I want to cast it. So Miracles goes down the Endless one. And next turn we can either Vial Smasher or like play more defensively with Call Against Command. Like Vial Smasher has 3 toughness, so I may want to play him first. Keep my options open for a Call Against Command. Like it will depend on what I draw here. Ooh, I need to play these two first because I don't have a black mana yet. Yeah, I need to kill these two, but I think I need to start executing my game plan proactively. And our opponent is finally realizing why we're playing these strange cards in our deck. We need him not to have a creature for pumping his Eldrazi Mimic, but it looks like a Smasher. That's gonna be very problematic, because this is 10 damage. Yeah, I should definitely just have killed these two. Last turn, that was a wrong choice. And I'm gonna block the Mimic, because it does not have Trample. And I'm still dead next turn. Unless I draw like Angler, or like... yeah, lesson of the day, like first killer stuff before you... I mean, I would still be at 5 life from the Smasher. At least this turn I could probe and like then brainstorm into... Okay, like probably we won't have won the game anyway. Because he also had the Mishra's Factory, and I don't think we would be able to deal with both creatures. Like we could play Vial Smasher and use it as a blocker to prevent 3 damage, but that's not good because it's just we just win half a turn there. Our next opponent is Grixis. Oh yeah, we played him yesterday. Like we conceded to him yesterday to give him the 5-0. I guess I'm going to keep this, like because the cantrips will find us a black source, a red source I mean. Yeah, sadly I won't be able to play as enthusiastically as Andrea Mengucci does. Yeah, I'm okay, here I want... Okay, I may want Force of Will, like to prevent myself from dying to anything random. But if he's on Grixis Delver, I may just want to turn 2 Pyromancer, but I won't have Force of Will backup yet. Because I can't have both the red mana, Pyromancer and the foe. So I think I'm gonna play it slightly slower and go for the Force of Will first. At least I can play Pyromancer around days the turn after. Seems like they made 2 5-0s on the same day. Let's see how many trophies. Can we see that here? No, we can't. Yeah, we'll check later like how many trophies they have. Like they must either have been quite lucky yesterday or like just be a grinder who makes like a lot of trophies in general. Like I'm not saying that he must have been lucky because I don't believe like he would be a good player, but like even a good player needs a lot of luck to make 5-0. Like you need to not have your top deck suck, and you need to have your opponent's top deck suck more. Oh, Yeah, I think I need to force this because I want my brainstorm. Sure, he can get one more card, but he would have had 2 cards anyway, and at least now we got rid of the days. Like the best player I know in Paper Magic still goes like 0-3 drop in some tournaments. Just that's just something that happens, even if you're a good player. So you always need some luck, as in you need to have you need to have no bad luck at least. Because it's still a card game that's based on whatever you draw off the top. So like even the worst player can beat the best player in the world, in theory. Reveals Force of Will, that's annoying. Yeah, we're not winning this game here. Sure, I guess I want it now. It's not like I can actually do anything, so it's more like explore, like draw an extra card, maybe play an extra land. Oh yeah, they have the Force of Will, of course. So it's probably just like a discard spell for their Force of Will. But maybe they realize they could just like force my Vial Smasher. At least I can play around double days here. It won't matter because they have the Force. Force, pitching Force. I think I'm gonna concede here, like there's nothing I can draw to get me out of this. I do want Pyroblast, and I do want Flusterstorm, I do want Baleful Strix. I'm not sure, like, if they have Young Pyromancer, I want Deluge, and maybe I want one Blood Moon, because they're very greedy multicolor deck. I want to cut some amount of Force of Wills. I may still want to stop like an Angler or something that I really need to counter. I think against the deck with all the Dazes and Spell Pierce and maybe also Flusterstorms, the Logic Knot is not that good. Definitely want to keep all the removals. Yeah, maybe I don't want the Blood Moon by lack of better cards. I mean by lack of better cards to side out. I think actually I'm just going to cut all the forces here on the play. Like on the draw I maybe want a few back. But here I will have enough mana to play other counter spells. Therapy seems okay. Because if they have like only 1 or 2 threats in their opening hand, it will be awesome. And what else do I want to cut? I think I'll just go down to 1 therapy. Because this card is not the best against a deck that will empty their hand, like, or empty their threats quite quickly. This hand does nothing. I mean, it does portent into maybe a second land. Like we have so many cards in our opening hand that we don't want there. This is a bit better. At least we have a turn to play. And we have a brainstorm if they're trying to therapy us. Yeah, I have plenty of land here. I'm going to play the Volcanic, because I don't mind them wasting me turn 1. And at least they may think we have Bolt or Pyroblast open. I think if they therapy me, instead of playing Brainstorm, I may play Flusterstorm, because they can daze the Brainstorm, and they can't daze the Flusterstorm. But then I think I want to keep Baleful Strix and play around Daze as long as possible, because this will be very important in blocking Delver or Angler. I think I'm brainstorming here, because I don't know if they're on Stifle or not, and I want to avoid getting stifled. Yeah, I think I can't shuffle 2 lands away, because in case they waste me, I still want to have my 3rd mana source. Revealing Thunder is not a problem. Like, even if they're trying to bolt our Strix, like having the extra mana for Flusterstorm or to play around Daze is seems quite valuable here. Okay. I think I still play the Strix and try to lure them into like wasting a removal spell on it. I want to keep the red mana untapped. And I will tap out afterwards, because I want to keep the Flusterstorm for the Toxic Deluge anyway. Although, like if they therapy me and flashback therapy, they may take Deluge. No, I think I need to keep my mana open. Like, I still don't know what I'm trying to ponder for anyway, because the card I need will depend on the Toxic Deluge resolving or not. And if they have both the Force and the Daze for my Deluge, then I'm in a bad spot, because if they Daze first, I tap my 4th mana. Then I can't play the Flusterstorm if they Force afterwards. Because I know I have the Flusterstorm, like if they would Force first, I can Fluster it. Actually, and I still lose 2 days. Yeah, it doesn't even matter which order they play it. They do not know I have Deluge. But I think I still want to block the Young Pyromancer, because it gives more value in case they can counter the Deluge. Like, I take 1 more damage here, and I have to pay 1 more life here. So it is quite risky. Yeah, here Stifle plus Daze could also be painful. But I need to try. Like, if he dazes me, I could pretty much know that he has a Stifle. Or like, even now he could just Stifle the Delta. He does not. Maybe he has something else then. Or he just wants to get rid of the Flusterstorm. So So we did counter the Force of Will. Yeah, no way to play around this here. Sadly enough. So yeah, here I'm glad I killed the Pyromancer. Oh, here's another one. Because the Delver we can deal with one removal spell. And oh god. He really has it all. That's yeah, maybe I would have wanted Pyrokinesis here. I hope he takes Ponder, but I'm sure he doesn't. Yeah, this is the kind of hand you just can't beat. I mean, I could beat it maybe with a different deck, but... Okay, I can Pyroblast the Delver, but I won't do anything against the Pyromancer tokens. So I shuffle, and I lose to Vial Smasher the Fierce. This is not going well, clearly. Maybe should have boarded in the, what's it called? The Pyrokinesis. We'll be back in a moment. I think he plays stuff like 4-color loam, usually. So another potential Chalice deck. Like, I don't want to keep this, but it does something. I don't want to mulligan to 5 either. I don't have a black source yet, so I'm gonna bottom that. So yeah, I'm just gonna hope to ride the turn 2 Pyromancer to victory. These are very awkward cards in the opening hand again. I think I'm still jamming Pyromancer here instead of brainstorming, because I want to keep this as long as possible until I know what my opponent is doing. And he seems to be on Miracles or like Jeskai Stoneblade. Probably Jeskai Stoneblade or maybe even Esper Delver. That's a new deck again. Ouch. Oh lord. Yeah, I still want to see if they're on Stoneforge or Delver or both. I'm not going to put back the Miracles because I will still draw them. And my opponent will get the information from the Miracle trigger in my draw step, even if I don't resolve it. Yeah, Brainstorm is a tricky card, especially in a deck with 18 lands. Oh, but our opponent is Brainstorm locked as well. Yeah, it's funny. Like, we both know we won't be drawing anything for a few turns. But I think he will draw out of his lock first because he played it end of my turn. Yeah, exactly. This is bad. Like, I don't have the Temporal Mastery, but I don't want to reveal it to him either. I think I have to reveal it here. So I can only pitch one to the force, and I'm so far behind. Actually, being far behind may mean I could want it. Here I'm gonna force it. I keep logic not, in case he draws like true name. I still need to be able to deal with that. Oh, okay, this deck really does have some clunky draws. Sure. I guess it resolves. So he is on. Come on, Modo, reveal his hand. Oh yeah, he does have the true name and so many counter spells that I really need to draw a land of this card now to play the therapy. Come on, black mana. Yeah, we're not gonna beat that hand anymore. Like he could, either he draws a land for true name, or he can keep open counterspell forever. And we draw a third Vial Smasher. We draw another lightning bolt. Oh, this is bad. Like I did put in 18 lands, right? Yeah. Guess I've just been unlucky. I want Pyroblast against true name, Deluge against true name, Therapy against Stoneforge. At least the equipment from Stoneforge. Maybe I cut one Vial Smasher here. I cut some number of Force of Will. Oh yeah, definitely want Call against Command against the equipment. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut all Force of Wills here. I could have put in a Flusterstorms maybe, but... Okay, this hand seems good enough. I'm gonna start with Portent because it's the weakest cantrip. Fetch myself. I'm gonna fetch the Volcanic first. In case I need to ponder next turn. If I need to ponder next turn, I can do it with the Volcanic and then fetch a black for the therapy. Let's see. I'm not sure which one I want. I definitely want the Young Pyromancer. Maybe a fourth land, the third land, and maybe the Portent. I mean, the cantrip is never bad. So I won't be having a Staxim probe, but I didn't want to shuffle away good cards just to find the probe. I can either name True Name Nemesis when he's on 2 mana, or if he plays Stoneforge I can name something else with that. Yeah, I think here I'm gonna fetch to an Underground. Let's see if I can find a probe here. I don't want any of these yet. Shuffle your library, yes. And here again, I'm going for the weakest cantrip, like because it's a slow trip. Angler seems good here. More land seems good. So I'm gonna play them like that. So next turn I can Pyromancer Therapy. So at least we got that combo going on. I think I want to start with Brainstorm, so he can't brainstorm after I flashback the therapy. He may be plowing this creature. Yeah. I'm still gonna flash it back, like I valued Elemental a lot less than the strongest cards in his hand will be. So always go with Brainstorm first. He did not have it. Then like I can Pyroblast the Snapcaster later game, so I think I want a Stoneforge Mystic. Because that will always be a 2-for-1. Stoneforge Mystic. Like if I play Angler, like he's not gonna play the Snapcaster yet, I think. Ooh. Okay. That, I guess that works, opponent. But yeah, anyway, like I can play the Angler and keep it safe from the Snapcaster Plow. But I can't, like he still has a Plow in hand. So maybe I need to find an answer first. Yeah, exactly. I want the therapy here. So I therapy his Swords to Plowshares. Swords to Plowshares. Then I fetch a Underground Sea, maybe a Badlands. It won't really hurt me. And then I have a Pyroblast for his Snapcaster. Yeah, I guess I wanna bolt the Stoneforge. In case he drew a Batterskull, then at least he will be forced to play it before I attack, and I know exactly what will be going on. And he won't have a body to equip his GT too. So let's see, cast for his miracle costs. Oh, it's only 1 mana. Okay. GT on, so he has an island and something silly that we don't care about unless it's a true name. True name with GT will mean game is over for us probably, unless we can like land Vial Smasher and start dealing a lot of damage every... Oh. Yeah, Jace is pretty annoying in bouncing Angler. Like we won't have enough cards to delve properly. First I want to see if I find any out to chase like a bolt. Like any cantrip or bolt we play first will make our Angler cheaper anyway. Okay, that's good. That's actually really good here. But I guess I don't have a choice. At least I will force him to either brainstorm into Snapcaster or Plow, or I will make sure he can't brainstorm anymore here. Sure. Sure. Nothing we can do. Yeah, the red blast was really rough. That's definitely the correct choice to counter the cantrip. I think I'm gonna pay life here in case I draw fetch land. I will have 3 cards in the graveyard and 5 mana. I think I should... Actually, it's only 7 mana, so it doesn't really matter. At least we will be closer to casting it again if he can bounce it again. Oh lord. Now you'll be inclined to... Oh no. If he would be brainstorming, he bottoms it, so at least we have a possibility of finding our deluge. Like if we kept it on top, I think we would lose the game. So we can either draw land and hard casts the Thunderous Wrath in his chase. Yes, I want to reveal it. Like it's basically just gonna be draw 1 more card. It's better than nothing. Because we can't attack. Like if we were able to attack here, it would have been a lot better. So yeah, it was a 1 mana draw 1 card, 2 mana draw 1 card. Vial Smasher will die to shit the next turn. I don't see a reason not to play it. At least it will keep him occupied. True Name is such a lame card. Like as soon as he equips Jita to the True Name, like even Deluge for 1, like we will need to Deluge for... yeah, like it would have 4 counters, it could get +8, we would need to Deluge for 9. That's ridiculous. But he's just going for the quick damage here. Oh yeah, of course, this way he kills me next turn. And we lose to True Name. I'm gonna play 1 more, and if I lose that one, like I'm not gonna finish all 5 games. Like maybe even if I win it, I'm not gonna finish it. Like I want to get some more experience with the deck. But it's not fun playing when you're like 0-4. I mean, in paper, I always finish my tournaments. I think I never dropped a paper legacy tournament. Only like a sealed pool, maybe once. But yeah, in Magic Online, because you can just join the next tournament, it's a lot more likely to just start the next round, like the next tournament where you actually have a chance of So what I'm gonna play after this? Maybe Dead Guile. I think I want to play one more round with Dead Guile. With Dead Guy Ill, I mean. I switched one Chromox for a Rising Canopy. I think that's everything I changed. Yeah, I feel I'm just gonna get some breakfasts, and then I'm gonna just gonna play that guy Ale instead, because that deck has been a lot more successful to me. And of course this can be very fun and great if you have like the Vial in play, and then are able to miracle. These cards by themselves are pretty bad, so maybe I need to learn better how to mulligan or cantrip. But I still feel like maybe it's just not the kind of deck for me. So I will see you in a bit.